6.8, Solving Systems of Inequalities. Today we are taking our inequalities that we've been graphing on the coordinate plane and we are looking at their solutions when they are overlapped. So we're going to start just here with problem number 1, looking at a couple of examples. I'm going to do the top equation in blue, and I'm going to graph the line like we've been practicing. My y-intercept is 2, and my slope is -3, which means I'm going to move down 3 and over 1 for my next point. And you can keep doing that until you get as many points as you feel like you need to graph a pretty decent line. Remember, guys, your accuracy does count for something here, because we're going to talk about solutions next and be able to figure out solutions to these graphs. So my dashed line here, again, a dashed line because my inequality was a less than sign, and I did not have the little or equal to piece on the bottom, so it's a dashed line. And we're going to shade under because it was a less than sign, and under the line is going to be anything below the line, right? So if it helps to kind of draw some lines going down to show you where under the line is, then that's also something you could always do. So we're going to shade on this side of the line, again, as carefully as we can here. And here is our inequality, right? And this is something that we learned about a week ago. Now on the same graph, we're going to do another inequality. So in this case, y is greater than or equal to x minus 1. So my y-intercept is -1, and my slope is 1x. So I'm moving up 1 over 1. All right, up 1 over 1. Do as many points as you need to get a really good line, and go ahead and draw that line. Now when you're deciding where to shade for this one, and again, it's a solid line because of the or equal to right there, and we're going to shade above the line because it says a greater than sign. So everything on top of this line, greater than, gets shaded. All right. Not super accurate here on the edges. Don't worry about that. All right, so here is my system. So before we go any further, when you graph a system of inequalities, these areas right here are no longer solutions. They were solutions to your one inequality, your red inequality, right? All these points were solutions to your blue inequality. But if we're looking for a solution to the system, we can only look at where we shaded twice. So only the area we can see that we have shaded twice is a solution to the entire system. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and test a couple of points here that are just kind of given to me to look at. So first point is 0, 0, which is right here. And that is in an area where I shaded twice. So that is a solution to the system. 1, 4 is right here. Now this has been shaded, but it was only a solution to the red inequality, not both. So it's not a solution to the system. 0, -4 is right here. Again, only has been shaded blue, not both, so it's not a solution to the system. And then finally, -3, 3 is my point right here, which has been shaded twice. It's in that weird, like, purpley area. So that is also a solution. All right? Example 2. Very similar. This is really just giving us a lot of good practice with graphing our inequalities on the coordinate plane. All right, so we got 1 is my y-intercept, up 3 over 2 for my slope. We're going to do a solid line this time. And again, that's review. You should know it's solid because of the little or equal to symbol. And we're going to shade above this line because it said greater than or equal to. And above is on top. Here is my inequality. All right, now we're going to shade my second inequality right there on top of it. We're going to start at my y-intercept, which is 3, and we're going to go up 4 over 1. Or we could go down and left 1. There's my line. Now this is going to be a dashed line because I did not have the or equal to symbol. So we're going to do a dashed line here, again, as best you can. And then we're going to decide where to shade. Well, my inequality said a less than sign. This one's kind of hard for me to see, so I'm going to go and draw a couple of lines going down. Okay, down is going to be this side, right? This is the side where I'm under that line. So we're going to go ahead and shade below our dotted line. All right. And again, you can see that we kind of have this purpley area that has been shaded twice, and our solutions will be in there. So let's look at our options here. 0, 0 has not been shaded twice. 2, 4 is bordering the double shaded region, the purple region, and it is on a solid line. So yeah, this is a solution. 3, 5, on the other hand, let's see, over 3 up. Okay, this right here is not a solution, and it's very close. All right, it is very, very close. So if you are not sure because of how close it is, here's what I want you guys to try. And this is kind of yesterday's lesson. Let me kind of help you review here. So if I want to know, is the 0.35 a solution, I'm going to plug it in. So this is my x and this is my y. So this inequality right here in blue would be 5, right, for the y value, is less than or equal to 3 over 2 times x, which is 3, plus 1. So I would say 5 is less than or equal to 4.5 plus 1. Let's see, so the right side of this would work out to be about 5.5. All right, is 5 greater than 5.5? That is false, right? That is not true. 5 is not greater than 5.5. So this is not a solution, right? If it had been true, we would have tested the second point to see if they were both true. Remember, solutions are any points that make your inequality true. That's a huge, huge concept in this unit. Let's look at the next one. Here we go. More graphing practice. All right, so we're going to do the first one. We got a 3 for our y-intercepts, and negative 2 is our slope. So we're going down 2 over 1. And as soon as you get enough points here, you can go ahead and graph your line. And remember, accuracy is always appreciated. All right, now we're going to shade which side? Well, it's the less than sign. So we're going to shade underneath this line. Remember, if you're having trouble, go down from the line to help you see which side is less than. All right, here we go. Oh man, struggling right now. All right, that's good enough. All right, and now we got a red line here, which is going to be 1/2 x minus 2. Here we go. When I do dashed lines, I love to put all the points because it helps me draw the dashed line, which is kind of hard for me. All right, so here's my dashed line for the second one, and this time I'm going to have a less than sign, so I'm going to shade below. This line wasn't too steep, so it's not too hard to see which side is below. Here we go. All right, so my purpley looking area is my solution area. And there are an infinite number of points in there, right? We're just testing a few. 0, 0 did not get shaded twice. 5, negative 1 did not get shaded twice. 0, negative 3 did get shaded twice. And negative 2, negative 3 is on a line. But it's bordering the purple area, but it's on a dashed line, so we don't want it. All right, last but not least, here we go. In this next one, we are going to go ahead and deal with the lines that we don't really like as much. They're actually going to be horizontal or vertical lines. All right, here, y is less than or equal to 3. What's my y-intercept? Well, there's no value with x at all, so I guess the 3 is my y-intercept. And what's my slope? Well, my slope is missing. I think it's 0, right? It is 0, by the way. But take a look at your graph. What I want you guys to understand is that if I'm going to draw a line through this point, because at this point I'm hoping you know it's horizontal or vertical, we're not going to trace the axis. We never do that. That's so weird. Okay, we're not going to trace the axis, so our line is not vertical. Our line has to be horizontal here. We never trace an axis. So kind of just maybe do process of elimination that way. A less than sign is telling me that I'm going to shade below my line. And there we go. All right, now we kind of already did, I guess maybe I'm thinking we should be able to figure out the next one at this point, right? Because now we have an x. Because x is greater than negative 5. And there's no, it's not y equals, this is a really weird one. So just remember, x is negative 5 right here. Like here's the x-intercept at negative 5. So if I'm going to draw a line through this, I'm not going to trace the axis. So this time it's not horizontal. This time it's going to be vertical. All right, and kind of use that train of thought to help eliminate answer choices or help you graph in the future. Now this says x is greater than negative 5. Guys, think about a number line. Are we greater on this side or are we greater on this side? Okay, well we should know that numbers get bigger on a number line as we go to the right. So x's, right, the x's also get greater. We're at negative 5 right now. If we go to the right, we're going to hit negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? They get bigger to the right. All right, check a couple points here. I'm checking 0, 0, which does work. 2, 2 is right here. That also works. It's in the double shaded purpley area. Negative 7, 0 was only shaded once. And 5, 6 was also only shaded once. All right, main points from today's lesson. A solution is any point that makes your inequality true. The solution to a system are all your overlapping points on graph, or a point that makes two inequalities true.